Welcome to our virtual picture book party. My name is Erin and I will be your host today. Today we have presenters from our early literacy specialist team and our library specialist team. And they are each going to talk about two books. They each have about 2 minutes to talk about their books, so this is going to move fast. But do not worry, you do not need to write anything down. A link to the book list will be posted in the video description. Our theme for the picture book party is Best of 2023. We each have selected 2 of our favorite books from this year, which was not an easy task since so many great picture books came out. I'm going to have all of our presenters introduce themselves as they present their books. Please say your name and your position at the library.
Hi, my name is Madhavi and I am an early literacy specialist. My first pick is Have You Seen Dinosaur? Written and illustrated by David Barrow. This book has been published by the Gecko Press and is so much fun for toddlers, preschoolers, and kindergartners. In his previous international bestseller, Have You Seen Elephant? We have seen that the boy and his dog and elephant are so good at playing hide and seek. This time they have stepped out into the city to find the missing dinosaur. They search the state park, the museum, and the subway, but they have a hard time finding one. But guess what? We think you are really good at the game and you might find the dinosaur in every single page. This book is great for imaginative play because there is a game inside the book. Turn each page to pretend you don't see the dinosaur and let your little one find it instead. I wanted to specially mention the illustrations. They are trademark David Barrow illustrations with washes of color and light. The city looks wondrous, almost mystical. Kudos to the illustrators' creative use of light and color. I love the little details that match up to the theme of the book. For example, the boy and his elephant are eating Dino Pops for breakfast, and on the title page, we see them spending time with each other drawing dinosaurs. The front page of the newspaper has a special report on a missing dinosaur, and also the sports section has a special report and a mention about the champions of the sport, hide and seek. I'm so impressed by the fact that the text is also in cursive. So what happens at the end of the book? Did they find the dinosaur? To find out, read the book. And if you love the book, get Have You Seen Elephant and read that too. In that book, you will meet Tortoise, who is brilliant at tag. My second book is called Baby B, written and illustrated by Alison McGee and illustrated by Sean Qualls. Published by Simon & Schuster Publications, I would recommend this book for ages 2 to 5. It has rhythm and rhyme, simple lyrical text that shows celebration of love and bonding between children and their male caregivers. Dads and their babies have a fun time in this book. It's refreshing to see positive examples of fatherhood being shown in the book. The illustrations are diverse and show dads and kids from different parts of the world with various skin tones and hair textures. The background on each page looks like a celebration with bubbles and stars and ribbons. The highlight of the book is the message of unconditional love. Baby B means you are perfect the way you are and just be yourself. The takeaway from this sing-song rendition where babies and dads are grooving, bouncing, and clapping is that no matter what life brings, I will always be there to support you, and we will dance through the good and bad times together. That's all from me. It is really not possible or easy to choose 2 favorites from all the books published this year. There are many more good books that were published, and I love them. My colleagues and teammates will talk about some of them today. Thank you.
Hola, my name is Karina and I'm an early literacy specialist. My first book is A Day in the Sun by Diana Ijeta. Diana Egeta was born in Italy. She is an Italian-Nigerian writer, illustrator, and textile designer. She studied fine art in France and Germany. Her work pays tribute to her Nigerian origins, and everything that she produces also centers on issues of colonial, post-colonial effects, racial and gender discrimination, and identity research. This story tells about the importance of the sun in humans and creatures' lives, and it is important for the health of any living beings. It could be enjoyed in different ways according to where people live, and it can affect positively in humans' mood. Sunlight is a food resource, feeds nature, and cleans the air and the earth's water. It is the resource of life, and it is perfect in the way it is. Illustrations exude a powerful energy. The color contrast is unbelievably beautiful. Although the illustrations are simple, the strength of colors makes you feel they are alive. My second book is A Flower is a Friend by Frida Wyszynski. Frida Wyszynski is a German-born Canadian educator who grew up in New York City, winner of the Print Braille Book of the Year Award and Merlin Belly Picture Book Award. She received a BA in International Relations and a Master of Science in Special Education. Her work has been translated into 9 languages. This is an exploring and discovering story about the connection of beings and their habitats, the coexistence of flowers and day and night creatures, how they care for each other, and the partnership within the garden ecosystem. It has questions to learn about nature. Also, it includes an explanation about why each of those flowers and creatures are friends, and an index of flowers. Karen Patko was born in Canada and graduated with a Bachelor's of Fine Arts Honors degree and got a Master of Visual Arts degree. Illustrations are bright and colorful. They make you feel you are one of those creatures who exist with nature side by side. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. My name is Michelle, and I am a library specialist lead at our South Glen branch. My first book is Wombat by Philip Bunting, published by Charles Bridge Press. One bat, two bat, more bats, and we are off. While reading, parents and caregivers might think that this is only a counting book, but it is way more than a counting book. It is a fun way to learn lots of new things. Wombat was my favorite book published this year for little kids, and it's pretty easy to see why. The warm color palette and the hilarious illustrations are fun, but there's also silly wordplay, a few spatial concepts, and some delightful facts about Australian marsupials. Grown-ups, while you're reading this, you might have to explain a couple of things, namely what a cricket bat is and why wombat poo happens to be cube shapes. But these are small matters. The book is a blast and a joy to read, and I recommend it for everybody, really everybody. You'll find the book in our concept section at your local ALD branch. And my second book is What You Need to Be Warm by Mr. Neil Gaiman. The book's genesis starts back in 2019 when Neil Gaiman asked everyone on Twitter, what reminds you of warmth? After sorting through thousands of responses, the answers he received eventually became a poem and then a short film, and now this beautiful little book. What You Need to Be Warm is an age-appropriate explanation of displacement through the objects and the actions that represent warmth. For some, it's as simple as a baked potato, and for others, it's a cup of something warm. a kind word, or a hug. And for far too many people, it's a journey from an old home to a new one. In the very simplest terms, what you need to be warm is about everyone's right to feel safe, whoever we are and wherever we are from. But the message is not the only reason why I love this book. The illustrations have been provided by people from all over the world. Please be sure and devote some reading time to the end pages as well, as every artist who's in this book explains a little bit of their process and what they were trying to convey through their drawings. The book is definitely written for older kids. I would say ages 6 and up. And if they have additional questions or if they want to learn more about the United Nations Council of Refugees, then I'd also recommend heading over to the website unhcr.org.
Hello, my name is Amika, and I am an early literacy specialist at our library. Woohoo! You're doing great! Written by Sandra Boynton and published by Little Brown and Company is the Cheering Chicken book you didn't know you needed. We all get a little down or overwhelmed sometimes and can use a little supportive encouragement from our very own cheering squad, or in this case, a cheering chicken. Frankly, I chose this book as my favorite book of the year because it made me smile when I first saw it, and every time I reread it, it lifts my spirits no matter what. Its humor is delivered in very large font print. It's not text heavy. It's adorably and simply illustrated and has this amazing ability to speak to all ages. I predict it's going to be a blast to read out loud in story time too. And the message to encourage others is wonderful. But even better is the sweetness in which it encourages the reader to look at oneself in the mirror and give yourself a cheer. You deserve it. So 3 cheers for you and 3 cheers for this book. My second pick is this edition of How to Count to 1 and Don't Even Think About Bigger Numbers. It was written by Casper Salmon, illustrated by Matt Hunt, and published by Nosy Crow. This is an interactive book where the answer will always, or almost always, be the same. As a former teacher and an educator, a lifelong educator and learner, I love how it ingeniously and hilariously teaches the reader to read all of the directions before answering. Not that this book is too wordy. Each spread is illustrated with just enough text to get the point across and has fun doing it. It's a great way to get kids really engaged and excited about reading. Some of the illustrated details are on the small side, so I think this is a great independent or partner read, or for a small group read aloud. A small group read aloud, that would work. And maybe in this picture, you can see the little sausage. You're only supposed to count 1 sausage. For an extra special challenge, the creators of this book have implied that there may be a way to use this book to count to 100. I haven't taken them up on that, so I don't know. But I do know that this book definitely delivers on its title. So thank you for listening and happy reading.
Hi, my name is Tina, and I'm an early literacy specialist with Arapahoe Libraries. My first book is called The Swing by Britta Tecklenkoop. She is an author and illustrator from Germany, known for the book The Memory Tree. Have you ever wanted to fly? This book reminded me of how I felt when I was young and went so high on the swing that I felt like I was flying. Penguin Random House says about this book, her latest book for children is for every age and is a poetic masterpiece about the passage of time. A swing on the hill overlooking the water at the center of this lovely meditation on childhood, growing older, friendships, and loss. Each illustration sets the mood for the life of the swing and its people. This book would be a great bedtime book because it has very little text and provides a wonderful opportunity to talk about the illustrations. You can build vocabulary about feelings of happiness, sadness, and memories. It is written in a vignette style, so you can lengthen or shorten the story time as needed. Enjoy this unique book. My next book is called One Day by Joanna Ho. Poe has written a beautiful love letter from a mother to her infant son. This touching book shares a mother's hopes and dreams for her baby's future. The author encourages expression of feelings including sorrow, fear, and joy. Her passion for equity in books is demonstrated by the illustration of a group of diverse children who are carrying signs for Black Lives Matter and Stop Asian Hate. The illustration you're seeing now is actually of a dream she has for her son to go on adventures. Readers can easily see themselves in this book and find inspiring affirmations to share with one another. Delight yourself and your little one with this great book.
Hello, everyone. My name is Elaine Bradshaw, and I'm an early literacy specialist here at Arapahoe Libraries. And the first book that I chose for the year is I'm Going to Build a Snowman. And that is written by Joshua Awan. And the pictures are by him too. So this book made me giggle. It starts out as a little snow falling down with a young boy just waking up. You can feel the little guy's eagerness to get outside and build his perfect snowman. He keeps trying until he gets it right. This one is great for narrative skills because it shows some steps that he has in mind. What will happen first? What will happen second? What will happen third? And his ideas about what will happen after he builds it are so sweet, like dancing with the snowman, flying off into the night sky, and it will just make you giggle. So I love that he takes so much pride in his final product, and his project is not actually perfect, but it's perfect to him. So he also has the grit to finish that big job, and the end made me laugh as well, with the mom clicking a picture from the warmth of the house while he proudly poses outside with his creation. And it's such a great story, and one we can all relate to in Colorado, and really all the snowy places in the world. And my second book is written by Rekha Rajan. She is a musical theater performer, an early childhood educator, a professor, and of course an author. She's done a lot. Her book, Can You Dance Like a Peacock, just delighted me. I love seeing how different animals dance around the world and why they dance. From the peacock dancing to attract new friends to the bee dancing to show the hive the way to some amazing pollen-producing flowers. The author does a great job in explaining the animals and explaining how to dance like them. We get to strut, stot, waggle, turn, crawl, march, and find the best dance that is inside each one of us. I love the celebration of life in this book. And I can just imagine reading this and seeing children trying out all the fun and silly dances, as well as learning about animals all over the world and why they dance. This is definitely a winner. I would definitely buy this one for my library.
Hi, my name is Erin, and I'm the Assistant Supervisor for the Children's and Library Family Services. My first book, Very Good Hats, by Emma Straub and illustrated by Blanca Gomez. Hats can be very useful for keeping your head warm in the winter or shading your eyes from the sun. And of course, hats are usually made of cloth, but what else can be a hat? Pajama pants? Maybe bath time bubbles? Or how about a cat? Straub also points out that hats aren't just for heads. How about acorns for your fingers? Just when you think the fun ends, you are asked what else can be a hat? Your teddy bear? Maybe your turtle needs a hat. Kids will be putting their thinking caps on to come up with all sorts of new hats, ideas for themselves, objects, and critters. The digital illustrations are as colorful and as inventive as the fun text. So raise your hat to this fun book and start getting creative with your hat selections. My second book, Repeat After Me, Big Things to Say Every Day, by Jasmine Simon and Dule Hill, and illustrated by Shamar Knight Justice. This is a fun and positive, empowering book that helps adults talk to kids about how wonderful they are. Each page has an affirmation along with a short poem explaining the affirmation. I am worthy. You are filled with goodness, knowledge, and worth more precious than all of the diamonds found on earth. The collage-like illustrations reinforce the affirmations by showing children in different activities, relaxing on a recliner for I am deserving, and playing on a jungle gym for I am strong. The author encourages parents to have their kids repeat the affirmations to help foster self-love, self-esteem, and self-worth. I would encourage adults to also repeat the phrases to themselves because everyone needs a reminder now and again of how great they are. All right, that's all of our titles for today. I hope you had fun. Thanks to the panelists for the tough job of choosing just 2 books that there were favorites this year. And to sign up for story times and other programs, please visit the events tab at arapahoelibraries.org. You can also find more book lists, links to storytime videos, activity ideas, and lots of other resources on our 0 to 5 page under Browse the Library. Sign up for our newsletter for regular updates on the latest programs and services. Bye.